talking about the GenAI task for BPMN. This is a new node that's going to be available out of the box for BAMOE Canvas and BAMOE developer tools for VS Code if you're using the new BPMN editor. And you can right away start integrating with your AI provider of choice, right? There's no work item definition necessary for those who are familiar with the BAMOE V8 and the traditional way of doing things. This node is configured by default out of the box, and we provide the work item handler, so the backend functionality for the GenAI task node for both Quarkus and Spring Boot. So as Martin was saying, we were very happy to have added Spring Boot capabilities for our workflows, and this new addition is already following that supportability for both frameworks. When you add the GenAI task node in your diagram, you're going to get an interactive panel as you're seeing on the right-hand side of the screen right now. And that panel will give you choices of providers, models, and other parameters for invoking LLMs. And it counts with variable interpolation and live reviews for your authoring exploration. Throughout BAMOE, we're adopting a bring your own AI approach where we are giving you the possibility to choose which vendor is going to be providing you AI capabilities. And for this first release, we are starting with Watsonx from IBM, Ollama, more for local exploration and experimentation, and OpenAI as AI providers. So without further ado, let's jump right into a live demo where I'm currently in BAMOE Canvas. I'm going to create a new BPMN workflow. Just going to drag the default start nodes, put a new GenAI task node in the middle there, and finish it up with an end node. And just like that, we get the interactive panel showing up. Now I'm authenticated with OpenAI with my account. And that means I can choose OpenAI from the dropdown and already choose my models and the parameters that I'm going to be using for my prompt evaluation. Just very quickly asking the AI to say hi to me. You can see that it works. So for development purposes, this preview is very nice. And of course, you can change your prompts and you can tell the AI not to ask questions, right? We want resolutions. And we can make it more complicated as well. By making this node interact with process variables. So here I'm just pretending to have like a person name variable in my process that's going to be an input. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add that variable as an input in my data mapping panel so that the GenAI task has access to that process variable. Of course, after doing that, I want to use that variable in my prompt. So we count with syntax highlight and auto completion there. And you can mock the values as if they would be in execution and test it out right from your development environment. One thing that I always highlight when I show this is the care that we have dedicated to making this as prompt injection resistant as possible. So we're following all IBM's guidelines into good practices. And as I'm showing there, I'm going to try and inject something. And of course, those instructions that are configured by default prevent the evaluation from doing something else other than what you originally intended as the author of that LLM invocation, right? It's not perfect, of course, but it is following the current state-of-the-art recommendations that we have throughout the industry. So all that is also available on VS Code. We have the same editors, as you know, and the whole capability is fully interactive there as well. And authentication with your AI providers is done in a native way for VS Code. So if you're used to the platform, you're going to feel right at home with the way that we integrated the AI providers there. And of course, everything that I showed so far is related to the development environment. But when you go to the production environment, so when you're configuring your business services that you most likely generated with the accelerators, you're going to get more infrastructure options like tokens and log configurations, so that you, as the engineer putting this in production, have full control of what's going on and how to manage the low-level bits and parts of the whole GenAI task during production workloads.